Were you at home or at school or even at work thinking about what Pokemon I should, prep for the release of Champions? Cool thing is, I thought the same thing, so I decided to make a YouTube video about it. And we're going to do a top five Pokemon to prep for Champions. On some like top five BS, because Pokemon content until Champions comes out is literally just top fives, top tens, and whatnot. So we we might as well join on the trend until Champions come out, right? So if you were wondering what mons you should prep for Pokemon Champions, as somebody who casually plays competitive, one day I do want to actually attend an event. So as of right now, I'm not, but I will one day. So I hope y'all like and subscribe. If you like me, follow me, and we can get going from there. Starting with number five on my list is surprisingly Oran Guru. I think he may be one of the best trick room setters initially in game. Because let me go. I got my information from Celebi, right? These are the available mons that are in champions like currently. If I could get to it properly. Where is it? Here we go. All right. And I was scrolling through the list and I noticed that like Indeedee's not there. Right? As of right now, as of this recording, as of March 28th, Indeedee is not here. Right? Indeedee is not here, nowhere to be found. It was shot and taken out back. So I've decided that I think Oranguru is probably the best Trick Room setter. Solely because like it can't be faked out. So you can get up your Trick Room reliably. Um like again, it has Trick Room. Does it have Imprison? It has Imprison, so you could actually also counter other Trick Room mons. It has the signature ability Instructs. I mean, signature move Instructs, and yeah, like it's not here for damage at all. It's simply here to get up the Trick Room. I think as easy as Indeedee can, minus the Psychic Terrain. So yeah, we have Oranguru F5. Like it doesn't have terrible bulk either. Like it has pretty good bulk for what you're looking for in a Trick Room setter. And it is immune to those pesky ghost type moves. So one of its weaknesses are really out of the way. It's you could literally just like if you have real issue, just run mental herb. Um, I mean, yeah, you just run mental herb, right? You just if mental herb's in the game, you just go mental herb, right? And there goes your good trick room setter right there. Now to number four. Number four is Tyranitar, one of the best Pokemon in all of VGC. Oh yeah, I should also preference that this video is mostly towards VGC. I'm not a singles player. I mean, singles is cool and all, but it's not my cup of tea. I actually enjoy doubles a lot more than singles. So we'll be mostly talking about this as in uh the official VGC format, which is doubles. So next we're on Tyranitar. Um, again, one of the best mons in the history of this game. It's literally only crutched by its 4x weakness to fighting. That's really it. And thanks to like the sand buffs and stuff, it really is tanky on the special side. And it facilitates sand teams. So having Tyranitar in your bag is probably really good, especially for like early formats and stuff. So Tyranitar is never a nah. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at home. I'm not gonna try and prep for with a Tyranitar, but like prepping with Tyranitar is an honest to like great investment, especially early in the game. So we'll see. And it even has a mega. So like if your team truly doesn't even need a mega slot, you could just run it to Mega Stone and you can make it your mega. Like I heard that they changed the turn order of when you mega. It's more like terastallization now, where you terastallize first and then switches go off. So like somebody for Tyranitar specifically, somebody who has Sandstream in both his mega and normal, he can literally go from having the Sandstream up. They oh wait no. Oh, that's actually not how that works, huh? Dang. And well, maybe you could simply just like you're with Tyranitar. You decide not to mega, and they switch out to change the weather, but then you mega the following turn because their weather set is already on the field to counter your weather, even though you can just reactivate it thanks to your mega. So you could do something like that. You could do something like that. I don't know why I thought about it the latter. Like I thought about it as if I literally said the opposite of what I originally said, which is funny, right? So, number three is a Mon that we all know and love. A Mon that legitimately has been omnipresent since it got that ability on these specific styles of teams. Oh my god, I think it's raining outside. Guys, it's Pelipper. It's Pelipper. Like we already know, rain teams, the face of rain teams, Pelipper, Pelipper all day, Pelipper every single day of the week, right? So Pelipper, we already said what we had to say about Pelipper. Um, other than that, with the addition of like probably some new rain teams coming to the forefront of the game, some new rain mons coming to the forefront of the game, it would be kind of insane. Like honestly, we've already seen two weather setters on this list, and it's these two. Unfortunately, Sun doesn't really have like the same level of setter like Rain and Sand does. And like I would have put Torkoal at number five if I don't personally think that maybe not, right? Maybe not. Especially since we're getting a mega that is a sunsetter that is insane and was insane. So I didn't want to put Tyranitar. I mean, I didn't want to put um Torkoal on this list. But back to Pelipper, it's the face, bro. It's the face of rain teams. It'll do what it wants to do if you want to run a rain team. It's dang near like perfect to put on rain teams. It gets wide guard. It can do damage with weather ball. It could even be your tailwind setter. It could help your speed control, right? It you know, Pelipper is Pelipper, and Pelipper be Pelippering. Excuse me, sorry, that was very stupid to say. All right, for our next on this list, you know, it's not going to be surprising. It's Whimsicott. Um, our our resident what is it? Our resident speed control demon, right? In cotton form. It's not you already know it's not here to do damage. Unlike Pelipper and Tyranitar, these two could do supportive things and still do damage. Well, I mean, Tyranitar does damage minus having the sand up. But Pelipper can do damage and be the support mod of the team, which is pretty cool. But we put Whimsicott up here because it's just better than Pelipper at the speed control. And it actually also can do decent damage with Moonblast. So it's like the last resort, but it really can hold its own in, you know, the metagame that we're probably going into. Right? So it gets Tailwind, of course. Prankster Tailwind is always going to be a staple. It gets Prankster Encore, which is going to be annoying. some teams are gonna use fake tiers. Some teams are just gonna use protect. Uh, freaking throw a focus sash on this thing, throw a covert cloak on this thing, and it's really flexible. Like the common thing about all these mods on this team is they're flexible, right? You can run Orin Guru on as like a trick room mode for your team, for your balanced teams. You could run a sand mode for your team. You could run a rain mode for your team. These guys can be basically put on any team you like if you want that as a specific mode, or it's what you're building your team around, right? And Whimsicott is like the one of the leaders of this with their utility, with their speed control. Um, so yeah, Whimsicott is just like sometimes a like instant add on some teams if they're missing like some damage support, some speed support, maybe a fairy, maybe just needing a fairy type move, right? You can just head towards Whimsicott. All right, guys, we already know who the number one mon to actually like get this team on. Oh, also, I think I definitely forgot to mention where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Is he not here? I don't want to do one more check because I may actually like change this list and may actually put two Mons in number two. But if he's not here, then we don't really care. Nope, there is no Rillaboom. Never mind. This is exactly how I want the list to be. There is no Rillaboom, right? And the reason I looked up if Rillaboom was in the game was because his absolute best partner, his enemy, his amigo in crime, his most synergistic partner, the king of VGC, the mon that has done it all, the mon that has won it the most, the mon that Wolfie loves and hates. Guys, we're talking about Incineroar, right? Um, if you didn't know Incineroar was going to be number one on this list, that's how I can tell. You'll be pretty new to VGC, and you will slowly learn, like I did when I first started playing, that Incineroar can be omnipresent. Incineroar will be everywhere. He will adapt to any meta, and he will proceed to do the same thing he does in every single meta game that exists in this game since he's gotten Intimidates, right? Um, he's like one of the most versatile mons to ever exist in this game. If you pre-build an Incineroar before the release of Champions, you will never be disappointed because you can simply change his set to anything that fits your team. You can go Assault Vest. You could go. You can go Covert Cloak. If you really want to be spicy. You can go Safety Goggles. You can go um Rocky Helmet for when Urshifu comes out, which we will make another prep video for when that metagame gets announced. And y'all already know who's gonna be number one on that list. All right, get away Incineroar. Not necessarily. Get away Urshifu. Get away Urshifu. Citrus Berry. He's an honest to God monster. Like I did hear he got a slight nerf by them taking away knockoff, which is probably a really, really crazy nerf. But I have a feeling like you could just run Darkest Lariat, right? It won't do as well as knockoff. And it got to a point where people were like simply only running knockoff and then three support move and like three moves to help the course of the game. Now that really won't be a thing anymore, right? I think it'll just be Flare Blitz in three moves now. Flare Blitz in three moves, like fake out, fake out, it really is just Incineroar. Like he's going to be there. Your team should have a way around him, and your team should in turn have a way to utilize him as well if you're using him on your team. Um, and yeah, that's it for the list. I hope you loved my takes. I tried to like really, not go off the wall and tried to use like my strategic thinking for this list. I hope you like my list. Again, I hope you like and subscribe, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Ciao.